What's going on YouTube? Ichi here. We're back with another episode. Oops, I confused this for my gaming channel. We're back with another drawing video. This time I'm filling in the blacks and the tones for the last sketch outline that I did in the last upload. And like always, it's good to see you guys. For the new people that are here, thanks for subscribing and sticking around. It's much appreciated. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So yeah, like I said, I'm just pretty much filling in everything from the initial outline phase. You know, because once you fill in the blacks for the image and get some solid contrast going, like the pictures really starts to pop, and you get a sense of like depth for the image. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I drew her armpit like a little bit too thick. It should be a little bit thinner. Or rather, the line connecting her arm to her socket. But yep. Filling in her pigtails. I usually like to leave like a little white space in between the joints so you can kind of see that they're connected into, well, they're braided, overlapping one another. Because if I just filled in like the whole thing with just black, you wouldn't be able to tell that. But yeah. I actually slowed down the image speed, shockingly enough. Yeah, I mean, it's not much else. But not yet, anyway. Cause I also have the image like pulled up next to me in my sketchbook. I'm just looking at it as well for some extra something else to compare it to, reference material. And it came out pretty good. Like I said, I drew this image because I haven't drew in a while, but I wanted to dive back into it. And it's like all the skills that I retained from like just practicing and drawing around, like they're still there. It's just that you gotta be able to like tap into them when you need them. It's like your skills don't go anywhere. Like they might get rusty or dull, but they're still there. All the stuff that you learned and practiced, like all the hours you put in, like, you know, like it's built into you. You just gotta be able to like tap into it and utilize it. You know, because I work pretty much a lot, so I try to fit in like drawing as much as I can, but like it's real difficult. Like I said, I really want to draw another comic, but you know, it's rather difficult to be able to pursue that and work, because drawing comics excuse me, drawing comics is really time consuming, very time consuming, and also it's not very lucrative, so I can't really see that as a means of, you know, supporting myself yet. Like even like big time comic artists, like, you know, like they're not balling, you know, they're not like millionaires unless they have like this like serious, I don't even know. Better invest into some stocks or something. The hell. But yeah, on a side note, I seen that they're advertising Castlevania season 3 a lot. And like when Castlevania first came out, alright, I seen on the first season on Netflix. And that was the reason why I hooked up and subscribed to Netflix, because I don't even fuck with Netflix like that. But I wanted to see. I was like, alright, you know, this looks kind of dope. This animation is pretty sick. So I watched first season, 4 episodes. Alright, When's the next one? Season 2. Alright. Waited forever. I seen the first episode on Netflix. I'm like, alright, I'm done with Netflix. Waited, got the Blu-ray. Saw the Blu-ray. I'm like, alright. I watched the first half of it. How many episodes was it? I think it was like 12 episodes. It was 8 episodes. Or 12. I can't remember. But anyway, I watched like half of it one night and then half the other night. And like the ending is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. But the in-between of that, you know, the in-between segments of like world and story building, that shit was hella whack. It was whack. Like Castlevania is like season 2 is overrated. The fights are really good. The animation is phenomenal. The ending was phenomenal, animation wise and like story wise, and how it touched on the characters and how they felt and their emotions, because that's also very important to be able to express characters' emotions. You find that when you do comics and you get into each character, like it's kind of hard to, well, it's not hard, but you have to get into the right mindset of your character to be able to express them very well, or whatever character traits you're trying to have shown to express that. You know, you have to like really not, you have to put some thought into it. You can't just have a character do anything. You know, you have to have an idea for your character in mind and how they express themselves through their actions, you know, because that shows the readers what kind of person they are or what kind of character they are. And Castlevania did a good job of that as toward the main cast, but it kind of got repetitive too between like Belmont and Alucard. They just kept bickering. Like whenever they were on screen, they just bickered, and it was very childish. It was like even the girl, I forgot her name, but she pointed out, I was like, what do you two just bicker and argue like little kids? Like, it's mad dumb. And also the villains besides Dracula, because they set them up for the next season, they are lame as hell. They're not interesting at all. Like Carmilla, she's okay, but like the humans that they built up, they are lame and not interesting at all. I was feeling in the tones here. I kind of got distracted with Castlevania. But yeah, season 2 is overrated. There's like, there was a lot of wasted airtime that they had. They didn't really build or touch or anything. Especially when they had the enemies, the vampire court on screen. They did nothing. They were just wasting a whole bunch of time. Because like the plot didn't even move forward because they was trying to find Dracula's castle. So that shit was like mad wasted time. They had so much wasted time. They even had to throw in a dream sequence for one of the vampires. It's like, yo, it's like you making up some shit that didn't even fucking happen, wasting mad time doing nothing. And then half the vampires in the court didn't even have a voice because, you know, I guess they couldn't afford a voice actor. Excuse me, afford a voice actor. It's like, damn, man, it's like all this waste of time. Yeah, like they just wasted mad time. They didn't really advance the plot in any way. It was at like a standstill for a minute. Like nothing really happened in the season until the beginning and the very end. It's like if I was rewatching it, I would just watch with the beginning of one episode with the mother, then skip to the ending because nothing else in between happened. That's a damn shame. So season 3, I'm not really excited for it. Yeah, I'm not excited for it because a lot was wrong with season 2, and I think people undermine that, and they kind of like just like they're so hyped up about it, they don't even think about the flaws. They just praise it for what it is and appreciate it for what it is without really criticizing it. And that's the important thing about art, is that you have to be able to criticize something, whether it's good or bad, you know. Like my work, for instance, like you got to be able to find the flaws and find the the good traits about how I was able to approach this character's anatomy. For instance, like his arm, Hassan's arm is like really musculature, right? It's like it's basically shapes, circles, spheres on top of each other to really emphasize his muscle, and that's dope. And the way that I conveyed that was, by the shading and the toning, which is essentially the same word. But yeah, you can see the shape in his arms. Like there's a whole bunch of different shapes like coming together to form his arm. But that's how it is when it comes to art. You have to be able to like like you have to think of the best way to express your medium, and you have to be able to take criticism, good or bad, because it helps you grow. I mean, your work can't please everybody, that's a given, because people are vastly different, which is nothing wrong with that, but you kind of have to have like a thicker skin, because most artists are kind of sensitive to their work, especially when it's not finished. Some people don't want others to see their work unless it's their best product, and they get real self-conscious about that. It's understandable, because criticism can be very harsh, but like I said, you kind of got to have like a thicker skin for that, to be able to handle that, and kind of have to take it to heart. That's the important thing too, because you can get criticism and to the point where it kind of shuts down your motivation to help you draw, or to draw, and that's not good. Like you want to be in a happy state of mind where you can push yourself to draw and develop. Like if you're worried about criticism, like it will hinder you to the point where you might not even want to draw, or you probably just want to give up, and that's not really the best approach when it comes to art. Like you kind of want to just like give it your all and just do it for yourself. Like if you're not happy doing it, then don't bother. That's the whole point when it comes to being an artist. And if it makes you happy, you got to go for it. And that's pretty much it for this episode. We talked about Castlevania and and the motivations behind being an artist. So let me know if you like what I do and what I got to talk about. If you have any comments about either topics, let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you guys around for the next video. Peace.